What's good, everybody? It's Rerouted. I got one of the hardest ones out of Cambridge, but better yet, all the mass with me. I got Gnipsey with me.
Yes, sir. What up, baby?
My boy.
You know,
So the last time you and I saw each other was a long way from here. It was in the hills over in Cali.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's so much different than what you're used to being here. So when you go to a place like Cali or just moving around, like, where does that take you mentally? What does that do for you?
Hey, yo, when I'm in Cali in the hills, bro, I'm just in a whole different zone. It's like I'm on a different planet, you feel me? Like,
Word.
Cali's just lovely to me, bro. It's like paradise type shit. Like,
That's fire.
you know, it's a getaway from this type of shit that I'm around all day. I'm around this shit all day. We post up over here, shoot dice all day. So, you know, being in a different surroundings, seeing different things, different types of trees, different types of people, it just stirs your mind differently. It makes you think bigger than, you know, usual. And your mind's usually trapped in, like, you know, an environment like this, you feel me?
Most definitely. Yeah, obviously, you still have to like move how you move over there, but does it give you like a sense of freedom almost?
Hell yeah, it definitely gives me a sense of freedom. And just like you said, I do have to move like I move everywhere, just because, you know, everywhere is like, there's some sort of danger everywhere. So I definitely feel more free though over there. It's definitely a more sense of freedom when I go to LA. Like, I can walk around in slippers. I can really chillax, you feel me?
The simple stuff.
The simple stuff. The stuff that you should look forward to in life. Being comfortable.
Right.
You know? Being safe.
Most definitely.
Not having to look left to right all day, you feel me?
Is it kind of like a switch when you have to come back here? Like when you land back at Logan, like is it kind of just like a little, like, you know?
When I come back to Logan after every trip, I know it's go time. Like, even when I walk through the airport, I gotta put a mask on. When I get to other states, I take my mask off, I get all comfortable. You feel me? I show my face, but when I'm back at Logan, touchdown in Boston, I just gotta be on point. It's not even about, like, you know, being like on some gangster shit or anything. It's just about being visual, seeing everything, feeling everything out. I know everything for what it is, so.
Most definitely.
What I do know is that when I'm home, I have to be safe. Everybody, you know, knows me out here, so I gotta be safe at all times.
Of course.
So I take caution to another level, safety to another level when I'm out here, as soon as I land.
So we're in Cambridge right now, and Dre was telling me, and I just know that we in the port right now, but it's split up between the port and another part, right? Like it's split into two almost?
Yeah, like there's basically, well,
Yeah, break down Cambridge, just break down Cambridge a little bit.
There's 4 different parts of Cambridge, 3 different parts of Cambridge. There's my side of Cambridge, which we are right now, the port side. There's the north side of Cambridge, which is North Cambridge. This is the completely opposite side of this side. So we're pretty much the south side. Okay. North Cambridge is the north side. There's a West Cambridge, and there's an East Cambridge, where I'm really born. You feel me? That's where I was born at.
Word.
So it's 4 different parts of Cambridge in reality. And like 2 parts of Cambridge, north side and the south side, is really like, south side meaning this side, is really like the more like where there's project areas and there's shit going on, you feel me?
Most definitely.
West Cambridge is more like gentrified. There's a whole bunch of like
Makes sense.
mixed stuff going on. But like my side of Cambridge and the other side of Cambridge is definitely 2 solidified sections of Cambridge that are like, you know, there's a project over here, there's shit that goes down over here, you feel me? So Cambridge is really known for the big buildings and the schools and the beautiful shit around it, but you know, these are like the parts of Cambridge that don't really get glorified or get promoted.
Most definitely.
Because it's like, this is not what they want to promote Cambridge as.
It is kind of like a weird dynamic though, because Harvard's right around the way, right?
Of course, Harvard and MIT.
Yeah, but then again, even though this type of spot's kind of beautiful in its own way, it's so much different than Harvard. So that's kind of it's kind of weird how that it's just interesting how mass is broken down in that way.
Yo, to every yin there's a yang, bro. So to every good there's a bad. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Everything around us is good, great, beautiful, but there's always gonna be bad somewhere. You feel me? So.
When you said you were born in East Part?
Yeah, I was born on the east side of Cambridge.
And at what point did you come to this part?
I came to this part when I was like, I'd say like grade school, middle school. I was out here since I was a little boy on dogs.
What caused that transition to that move over here?
It really was like, yo, like being born somewhere, you always gonna want to get out of that part of town or get out of that section of that spot just because you was born there. That's all you know. You feel me? And everybody, all my homies that I done grew up with, I done went to a program out here called Boys and Girls Club, you feel me?
Yeah.
In grade school, middle school. So that's where I kind of like knew and kind of kindled with all of the homies that I know now that I've known for 15 plus, 10 plus years now, you feel me? And me being in the area over here at an after school that's in this hood, which is like 5 minutes from East Cambridge, like East Cambridge and the Port kind of like go into each other.
Word.
I always just started seeing myself here more than near my home, because it's like, why am I gonna be chilling around home? I was born here, I've been here, none of my homies is over here. All of my homies is over here in the Port. This is where I'm gonna be at.
So
this is where I get love at.
Why was that pretty much the only option opposed to maybe going to any other route? Is that just blatantly where you were around at the time?
I ain't gonna lie to you, it was like, it was easy to jump in this shit because I started with nothing. I didn't start with much, you feel me? So it was easy to be like, all right, my mom's running late on her bills, she's working doubles to cover up, making sure I'm good. But like, that's all she can really do is make sure I got a cover over my head and clothes on my back. Like every other necessity that I ever wanted, I had to go like figure it out.
Right.
So it was easy to jump in and try to figure it out and try to get money and try to, you know, make something out of nothing in surroundings like this, just because this is like an environment where it's easy to do shit like that. It's easy access, it's easy to do whatever. Like,
right.
So
it was just a matter of essentially looking after yourself.
Yeah, I had to. It was a certain age where it was like 13 years old. 13 years old, I was already out here, like full-fledged every day, trying to sell weed. Like I was out here, you feel me? So it was just immune to me. I was immune to this shit.
Would you say you've been like confined to this part, or were you able to move around and get into Boston and experience more than just these corners, you know?
Hey yo, I was really starting to like spread more as I got older, but this was stomping grounds every day. Like wake up, ride my bike 2 minutes away from my mom's crib to be over here. Feel me? My mom's crib's not too far. So I'll just slide over here and be with my homies all day long till the next morning. Go home, do it all over again, you feel me?
Did that ever become old, or just like, or you didn't, or at what point did you start to really want more, you know, want more for yourself?
I didn't want more for myself until recently, bro. Like, I didn't really care about nothing, bro. Like, no bullshit. Like, being in an environment where there's nothing much going on and nothing good going on at that, and you're around negative vibes all day, like, this is since I was young. That was just my mindset, you feel me? I didn't really care to change. I didn't care to grow. I didn't care to try nothing new. I stuck to the basics.
Right. What triggered that change?
What triggered that change was I just didn't see no results after doing the same basic shit for so long. I didn't see no results. I kept going to jail. I kept getting in trouble. I kept losing, you feel me?
Facts.
So all those losses, I'm like, yo, bro, I don't see not one win in this shit. I'm just losing. I gotta do something different. It's something I gotta do differently. You feel me?
Most definitely.
I always felt like I had a voice, but I never started vocally trying to use my voice or vocally trying to be in power of anything until recently, bro. I was always quiet, I was always subtle, you feel me? I never was trying to be outstanding or an artist. I wasn't an artist my whole life, you feel me? I liked this shit when I got lit with my homies. We'll all rap, we'll all freestyle this shit, you feel me?
That's tough.
But it turned into like a thing when I started going to jail. I started having nothing good going on, nothing to live for. So I'm like, yo, I gotta do something. I gotta do something that at least is gonna feel good for me.
Right.
So that's what I do. That's what I did. I started trying to fuck with music. I started vocally expressing myself and getting my like therapy type feelings that I would get out in therapy on the beat. And that shit made me feel good, more good than ever.
Word. I feel like that's where it became an outlet for you.
Of course. No father at home. My mother's at work all day trying to make sure we get our rent paid, food on the table, clothes on my back. This was the only shit that like saved my life, bro. I was like a ticking time bomb ready to explode.
When you went, I don't want to get into the specifics of you going to jail or anything, but in terms of just that happening generally, like how did you overcome that type of setback?
Once I understood shit for what it was instead of what I wanted it to be, is when I overcame everything. You feel me? Even when I was locked up and I wanted to be home the next day for me being locked up currently. You feel me?
Yeah.
I had to understand like, yo, I want to leave right now.
You can't though.
But for what it is, I have to leave on the date they told me I have to leave.
Absolutely.
You get me? So I had to understand shit. I had to be a grown man, bro. I had to really put that muscle up, get my mind right. I had to understand that they just had my body holding. They didn't really have my brain in control. I still had full control of my brain, even through the worst times ever. In jail, out of jail. The darkest moments of my life, I just had to understand that my brain still works. My body might not be physically able to do everything that I needed to do or physically able to be everywhere that I needed to be, but my brain's here.
You mentioned you started seeing things for what they are. What are some of those lessons? Like, what were some of those epiphanies, those moments that you'd consider those turning points?
If you out here doing shit in the streets, then you're gonna be held accountable for it. If you're out here doing anything, streetwise or not, if you're out here doing anything that's against general law or general morals, you're gonna be held accountable for all your actions. Whether it's with someone else, whether it's with God, you're gonna be held accountable.
Yourself.
Even yourself. You get me?
Yeah.
So those turning points kind of made me sharpen up to not want to ever have to have those turning points again. You feel me?
Right.
Because I know, like, if I jump in the street right now and go act how I want to act, you feel me? I'm going to end up somewhere I don't want to be.
Of course.
And I have to hold myself accountable to that before I even get to the places or the feelings of feeling like I could turn back and act how I want to act and feel like I won't be held accountable for it. I have to hold myself accountable before anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I move like this, especially right now with all the things I have coming up, all the opportunities in my face, all the good I got coming. If I just mess this one move up, if I move a little to the left, it's over.
Right.
All the shit I've been working hard for.
Because it's getting to the point where those setbacks may, the blessings that come after those setbacks may not present themselves again.
Ever again. I done seen those blessings poof away for a lot of people out here, bro. So I'm not trying to be victim to that shit. I'm not trying to see my opportunities poof because I didn't want to listen to myself or I couldn't have self-control.
Right.
I had to master self-control. Self-control, bro. You gotta be on top of that, bro. Like, you have to be in control of your body and control of your mind. It's up to you.
You mentioned that rap specifically began as you just freestyling with your bros, and just it was no more than a hobby. But at what point did you begin to see it genuinely as an opportunity to get out of here?
Hey, yo, I didn't see it as an opportunity to get out of here, bro, till, if you want me to be honest, a couple months ago. And that was when, like, I started this shit with a whole bunch of people with no support. You feel me? And because as time grew, I started producing more and being more consistent with the shit. I started seeing, like, the real people that really supported me really be here and the people that didn't support me not be here, you feel me? So once one of my bros, my manager Drake, took a hold of trying to be manager, and a couple of my homies took roles in trying to be manager, that showed me that, like, there's no turning back from this shit. I got people counting on me. I got people invested in me. I got people putting their last on me. I can't turn back from this shit. I can't act like this is nothing no more. This is now a responsibility of mine. This is now a job of mine. You feel me?
Absolutely. So, but at what point did you begin maybe even writing more, going to a studio, recording opposed to just freestyling with your bros?
I was on house arrest, right? After I got arrested, I was on house arrest 3 different times. But I remember, like, the first time I was on house arrest had to be the worst time. First, for everything is always the worst.
Right.
I was literally writing the craziest songs I might have wrote in my life. Writing them crazy. Having, like, studio guys try to pull up to my crib and set up in my crib, and it's not coming out the sounds that I wanted to come out to. And it's just, I was just facing a lot of difficulties trying to make it work. I'm shooting videos on house arrest out the crib. I got like 4 or 5 videos at my mom's crib shooting on house arrest. And I finally was like, yo, like, if only I was free, if only I had a little more time of a curfew, if only I had that, I would take advantage of that and be using it for all of the things that I need to do.
Right.
Recording extra, writing more, seeing more,
right.
Going out more, being out more. So as soon as I got off house arrest, I knew I never wanted to be there again.
It was just something you didn't take for granted.
Hell no. As soon as I got off that shit, bro, I started working. Like, cause I knew, like, yo, I was in the house just now, not able to do shit. You feel me? But smoke and sit back and just wait.
And
pretty
think.
much for my next court date.
Yep.
You feel me? So that shit changed me, bro. Being on house arrest, having to face those type of things, bro. I literally told myself, like, yo, I can't fuck around and waste time no more. I can't.
But you did. So at what point, you know, was it just a matter of growth? Or was it just a matter of having to just, you just had to like learn it for yourself, you know?
Since the last time.
You had to want it before anyone else did.
Since the last time I was on house arrest, I told myself, bro, like, yo, bro, this shit's for the losers. I ain't with this shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I told myself that I'm not gonna be victim to the streets of either dying or being back in jail. Like, that's not an option for me. As soon as I got off house arrest for the last time, the third time, I made it so in my head that I would not be putting myself in situations where that could even possibly be an option for me.
Right.
And that's what kind of helped me switch completely. You feel me? That's what kind of turned the switch on. Because in my mind, I know anything I do, I'm already being watched by so many people, you feel me? So anything I do out here is gonna be watched, it's gonna be judged, I'm gonna have to be held accountable for.
Absolutely.
I already got a record. I've been on house arrest 3 times, like I said. So I just knew, like, yo, bro, I'm not the one to fall victim for the 4th time. You can fool me 3 times in a row, but I'm not going again.
Right.
You feel me? So that was it for me. That's still it for me right now. Like, any day now, with all the hate and all the fake love and all the shit going on, anything could happen in this world. But in my head, I'm gonna always have, like, yo, that's my last option. That's plan Z, to go to jail or to let myself be a victim to the streets. You feel me?
You mentioned the fake love, and before you talked about the people that didn't necessarily understand what you were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So even if, you know, some of those people might be the ones you really care about. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with those people that, you know, may not see the bigger picture that you do? How do you deal with that? That's something I'm trying to kind of learn, because I don't, you know, obviously you don't want to let go of certain people, but
hey, yo,
at some point you might have to.
You say, honestly, you don't want to let go of certain people, right? But when you chasing something that nobody can understand, you will at some point be forced to let go of everyone. Your mother, your father, your girlfriend, your homies. You feel me? I done let go of everybody, bro, trying to figure this shit out. I done let go of everybody. Me and my mom barely see each other. Some of the homies I barely see. I don't got a girl no more. You feel me? It's just like, yo, bro, when you want this shit, when you want it and you want it for real, these is things that if they love you the way you love them, they're gonna be there when this shit's done. And they're gonna understand. And they're not gonna hate, they're gonna bring all love to you. And you're gonna be able to give it right back, you feel
Absolutely.
me? But if they go and can't wait for you or can't understand the fact that you got this mission that you want and you want it and you need it to get done, then it wasn't ever meant to be.
Yeah,
because if you supported me and you loved me, it would never be that. It would never be it could be a misunderstanding. But for you to fall out with me completely because I'm on this mission, or for you to sit here and act like the love ain't mutual because I'm on this mission, the love was never there. I'm focused right now.
That's real.
If you love me, let me be focused, let me get right, and I'm gonna be back in a second. You feel me?
That's real.
That's how I look at it, bro.
When you began taking your artistry seriously, did writing songs and really, did it always come naturally to you, or was it something that you really had to work for and practice and progress through?
I think I gotta progress through writing more now. I think when I first started, writing was easier. I was going through so much at the time when I first started. I literally could take the words out of my mouth.
I
just
feel
writing
like
them
it
down.
should be the same way now, because you have such a different outlook now.
I think it is the same way now, but what it is now is I don't have to right now. Like now I could really go to the stool with my open mind and just speak. I just say anything. I say words. I start humming some shit. I won't even say no words. I'll just hum some shit. Get a sense of how I want to say some shit.
Yeah.
And it just flow out naturally. So I definitely feel like the growth is there. Writing is not a problem for me now. I feel like I love writing, but I also love going to the studio and making it organic, letting it just jump out my body, you feel me?
Yeah, that's hard.
That's the type of shit I'm on now. Like I feel like I'm to that level where it's like writing is cool, but it's more organic when I go in there, feeling the way I feel, and I just spill. That's my therapy session.
Was that approach something that was kind of taught to you, or is that just over time?
That's something I had to work for. That approach of going in there, being able to naturally just listen to a beat, vibe with it. What up, baby? Vibe with it. That shit just started happening. You feel me? It took time for that. Because I would have to go in there with something written. If I did it, I'd be in the studio wasting time. Or I'd go a whole session for 4 hours straight and record one song. Just because I took so much time to write this shit while I was there, you feel me? So I definitely think that it's easier now. It's definitely like way better for me now. Like now I've seen so much. Now that I'm taking more trips, being around more things, being around more people that are influential, that got things going on, that are at peaks that I'm trying to reach, or even further than that, I'm learning game all day, every day. Definitely. Every day is a lesson. Every day is never a loss, no more, it's a lesson. I used to take a lot of losses, and now it's just all lessons. I turn all my losses into lessons, everything I learned from, you feel me?
In terms of moving around to so many places, do you see, because even just when I go places, I feel like more, everywhere is more similar than it is different.
Right.
Do you see any parallels in all these different cities that you go to, or anything that correlates from each one?
I ain't gonna hold you. Every city I've been to is different from here.
From here?
Yeah.
In what ways?
There's just a whole bunch of love in the air, you heard? Like, I feel like everybody feels like that where they from. It's just not a place where you could find love, where you could find that support, where you could find like genuine, like people that really know you and want to see you do good, you feel me? You'll meet a random person on a train coming from the airport on a shuttle, and they'll give you the most help or the most jewels that you ever learned in your life, bro. It's just like, you know, you gotta really leave where you from and come back to that. And it's like, I learned that going to these different states. Like every state got its own charisma. Every state got its own type of airflow, different type of energy.
Definitely.
LA's like mellow. Everybody's out there, if not high, they're just like high off life.
There's no rush, I feel like.
Everybody's just cooling. Everybody's like, yo, just chill, dude. You feel me?
Yeah, right.
And then you go to Atlanta, everything's like, swoop, 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 swoop.
I feel like that's the way it is here.
Little
in Boston
New York,
specifically to me.
New York's like, swoop, 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 swoop,
Right,
swoop.
I agree.
You feel me? New York's all day, don't sleep.
I agree.
Cars is beeping at all times of the night. New York's on fire, you feel me?
Definitely.
So it's different energies everywhere.
Definitely.
I had to learn that when I started moving around, you feel me?
And I think that you would agree in saying that Millyz is a big part as to why you've seen all these different types of places.
Hell yeah, shout out Big Bro. Shout out my brother Millyz. Definitely put me in position. Mills came into my life when I was running around here as a youngin', bro. Like before I had to do any jail time at all. I was on a bracelet, matter of fact, on curfew, right before I had to go turn myself into jail. Like not the day of, but like months ahead, you feel me? And we'd just be connected off of just seeing each other. He'd be like, you know, in the outskirts or in the inskirts of my hood. We'd see each other, show each other love, just because we both know, you know, we from similar environments. Yeah. We from Cambridge, both of us. His neighborhood's not too far from mine. We both interested in the same things, you know. He knew that I was kind of like interested in music, but I didn't have my feet all the way in because I was so busy on this other shit.
Yeah.
And he knew that he was on the same type of, you know, but he had a little further, you know, a further experience, a big bro approach to me. So I had to take everything he told me and I ran with it, you feel me? And me and bro really locked in when I had to go do jail time. And, you know, I was calling bro's phone and he was answering every trip. Even when he's in Colombia, you know, even when he's on trips, he was answering for me, sending me bread, you feel me? Making sure I'm good.
What are some of the biggest lessons he's taught you over time? Whether they be music related or just life related?
Hey, yo, Mills taught me a lot. I can't even say the biggest lessons because he done taught me a couple things, bro.
Just a few of the ones that come to mind.
A few of the ones that come to mind is definitely the ones that one of the things I already mentioned is, you know, I got to take life for what it is and not for what I want it to be.
Yeah.
He also taught me about, like, time. And I'm still fucking up with it, you feel me? I'm still trying to master it, but time, being on time is like...
Being punctual?
Being punctual, being on time for things, for anything. Like, even like, you know, a meeting, an interview, radio show. You set up a time to meet up with your homie. Being a man of your word, you get me?
Yeah.
All that shit is like what carries you through, like, life.
It makes a difference.
You feel me? So that's definitely one of the lessons he taught me. being a man of your word. He also taught me to like, you know, kind of like not have to deal with all the fire at once. He told me to try to knock out all the little fires I got. If I got little fires, little tensions, life's short, you feel me? I don't got time to waste every day dealing with a different set of a fire.
Just prioritize your energy in different places.
He taught me a lot of the biggest things that I needed to know, bro, as a man, bro. No bullshit. Responsibilities.
Aside from all of the personal things that you just mentioned, at what point did he start playing more of a role mentor-wise in terms of the music?
I think that when I came home from jail, after spending all that time talking to him on the phone and connecting with him, he really was on my heels about it. Because he knew how much I wanted it, and he knew how much I had in me to give it to, the music, but I just ain't do it yet. So he's like, he's the realest motherfucker I know in this world, because I don't know any other artists coming from their state trying to take other artists from their neighborhoods and from their states so they could go, you know, learn game, grow. And that's what he did for me. He took me under.
He didn't have that.
You feel me? He didn't have that growing up, so he put me in a position to really follow his lead as far as everything, as far as music, taking me on his path, learning game, meeting celebrities that I used to watch on TV, praise. Like, we'll literally be talking about these motherfuckers, me and him, and we'll run into them.
That's crazy.
It just be crazy shit, you feel me?
What's that like for you? Coming from this type of place where you probably feel like you're so boxed in, what's that like for you in those kind of full circle moments when you run into someone that you even look up to? That must be crazy, huh?
Nah, it'd be crazy. It'd be breathtaking, it'd be crazy, but it also is like, I take note on that, because I know on how they move, you feel me?
Right.
Being that they're so influential to me, I know on how they move. I know on how they greet people, how they show respect, and how they show love. And I run with that, you feel me?
Yep.
You gotta be humble even when you're at the top. Like, I see all these big artists that I love to death that I wouldn't think even would say a word, you feel me, to me or to anybody that I be with.
And I believe the project is 14 songs long?
Yes, sir.
And so you don't have to break them down individually, but what was your process in terms of putting that body of work together, and order-based and feature-wise, and how you wanted to curate it?
I went through a year straight of recording. Not no like specific type of songs, not anything like that. I just went through a year straight of just recording. And I was recording and came to see that I had over like 210 songs.
So you were working.
Working. I still got like 100 something at home.
Yep.
So at that, we sat down and it was just like, we're not gonna keep dropping singles. Like, we have to come up with a mixtape, clearly. That's clear.
Yep.
So with that being said, Glock Boy was the name. That's what I was running with from the jump. And I came up with a list based off of the sense of music I was making. Because I had music like, I just started making like, you know, more emotional songs that more emotional based, more like female based, feminine side of things. But that wasn't me before, you know? Yeah. So all the songs correlated to the topic of Glock Boy, to the topic of what I wanted people. I wanted the people to hear these songs in the order that I listed it, just because it's like, back to back, these songs just kind of start to finish talking about my life. I'm talking about like Star Already. First of all, it's the first song, which is the intro. I'm talking about how I feel. That's my favorite song. And I'm talking about how I feel and what I'm currently going through. My second song is called Started. And that's literally like me starting from letting you know from start to finish on how I'm coming up right now and what I had to deal with pretty much in the last couple of years that I've been outside in the streets running around.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just a list of back-to-back heart-filled songs, bro. Straight pain, straight everything that I've been going through. You feel me? Right. So I put it in that order just to let people know of what I'm going through currently, of how I started, and how it's going.
One thing that I wanted to make note of is that for someone that might initially listen to you before digging deep into your catalog,
yep.
you have a super like aggressive, real gutter type of delivery. But
yep.
even throughout Glock Boy with songs like Miami,
yep.
Just specifically, you're very versatile in the sense of you know, you can make something melodic, you can make
Yeah.
something real street, some drill shit. So like, where did that come from? How did you kind of learn to?
Yes, sir.
How did you kind of learn to diversify yourself and become versatile like that?
I ain't gonna lie, that shit taught me. I feel like I was getting judged as just solely a drill rapper or just a street rapper. Oh, Gnipsey, he's just gonna drop a song that's full of street shit. Oh, Gnipsey, he's just gonna drop a song that's just not, it's not what I wanna hear. It's a bunch of yelling. And that kind of drove me in a different direction. That kind of made me feel like, okay, people think that I can't step out of bounds. Like, people think that I can't jump in every lane that I wanna jump in.
Right.
Like, if I wanna be on some singing shit, I will be on some singing shit.
Definitely.
If I wanna be on some rah shit, I will do it. So, it was a challenge for me when people told me. It wasn't a challenge, but it was like it was a fun challenge. Like, oh, they think that I can't sing.
Yeah.
They think that I can't speak about things other than shooting and the things that I'm living like. All right, you know? And that made me make songs like Miami. That made me make songs like Zones featuring Rosewood Babe.
Yeah.
That made me make songs like that just because it's like, yo, people will really have every opinion of you just off the cover of your book, just off of judging you just because of how he looks. He looks like a gritty street dude. He looks like all he could do is yell and talk crazy on the beat. So, yo, it's always gonna be, and ever since then, I've just been going even crazier with the versatility. I just been trying to like challenge it even more.
Definitely.
Now I'm trying to do bar for bar shit. Now I'm trying to do more singing shit, still drill shit. Like, it's just a mix now, you feel me?
How's the reception been so far? Are people fucking with it?
People are fucking with it because it's like, now they starting to see that our minds work, you feel me? Now they starting to see the creativity is there. Like, okay, he's talking about, for example, Star Already, the video I just shot with my boy Darksight. The whole theme of the video is like we're out of space.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm already a star because I'm out of space, you feel
Yeah.
me? We got creativity going on in these videos, bro. Like,
Definitely.
my song Glock Boy, I'm on the block with my homies. Like, I'm really on some Glock Boy shit. Like, we started like really flow with the energy of it. We go
Right.
with the energy of shit. So
Right. They're
it
just
gotta
more
be different.
intentional.
It's more intentional. I wanted to kind of like let it be known that like the G before Gnipsey, for me in my eyes is for Glocks, for Glock Boy, for Gentleman, for Gangster, for Glorious, for everything good.
I love that. I like that.
Feel me?
That's tough. I like that.
So all those, like, that Glock Boy, it's really like, it's more than just an album name for me. It's really like, you know, that's how we live.
Yeah.
That's what keep me safe. So I ran with that shit since I was young. That's what I've been on.
This could potentially be a stretch, but does the Gnipsey have any correlation to like a Nipsey Hussle, or is that kind of your real name almost?
Nah, it's crazy. I did grow up listening to Nipsey Hussle. I ain't gonna hold you. Not heavy. Like, I bumped Nipsey Hussle. I knew of his existence. You feel me? And I respected his shit. I respected his craft even more after doing research and knowing what he really had going on under the ground. You feel me?
Definitely.
But this Nipsey shit came from the fact that when I was young, I used to be a hustler. I used to be a hustler, heavy hustler.
Just like him.
You feel me? And my first name started with an N. So it was given to me. I never even told motherfuckers like, yeah, call me Nipsey. It was never like, it was always an organic thing. I never chose myself to be even living the life that I'm living. I didn't want to live this life, you feel me?
Right.
But I was given that name Gnipsey just because I was a hustler. And I was always looked at as somebody that was like a leader. Like, as far as all my homies,
No.
all my homies would be fighting with each other and I'd be the one to break them up.
You can
feel
tell
me?
too. Just mannerism wise and everything like that. You can tell.
So that's why I kind of ran with the Gnipsey shit since I was young. Ever since it got thrown at me, I ran with Gnipsey. And that been my street name. But converting from the streets, I didn't want to be just Gnipsey. You know, Nipsey Hussle's already set a standard platform for that.
Right.
So I had to put the G in front of it to let it be, you know, a difference.
Right.
Even though I look up to Nipsey Hussle heavy, definitely a legendary, one of the most legendary artists I know. Nipsey was definitely something organic for me.
I just want to make light of it just because it's your first tattoo and you just got it
Yes,
like
sir.
a couple days ago. So I was while you were talking, I was peeping it. What is you kind of mentioned it before, just talking about your upbringing, but what does Eat or Starve mean to you?
Eat or Starve to me means like,
Why was that the first thing that you wanted to ink on your body?
That was the first thing I needed to ink on my body because in my mind, right? If I don't eat, I'ma starve. In my mind.
Facts.
In my mind, I know that I'm gonna be rich. I know one day it's gonna be good. But this right here is a reminder every day when I look at it that I can't starve for nothing. I got people counting on me. I'm counting on myself. You feel me? It's a lot of responsibility going on.
Definitely.
So this right here is what I have to live by.
Definitely.
I'm either gonna eat everything or I'm not gonna eat at all. And I can't starve.
That'd be like a cool single, like a cool project name.
Eat or starve. That's hard.
That'd be cool.
That's hard.
That'd be cool. What else should the people know about Gnipsey? Like, what else should the people? What do you want them to know about you?
Man, listen. I'm about to drop a new tape again. Yes, I'm dropping another tape after Glock Boy. I'm dropping another one. We dropping soon too. And I'm dropping because I want y'all to feel me. I don't feel like y'all really understand and feel me. So I just want y'all to feel me. And I feel like y'all gonna understand and feel me more and know more about Gnipsey after the tape drop. So I got a new tape dropping in a couple months. Hopefully by like September.
Can we talk about it? How far along is that process?
The recording process is what we're in right now. So we can't, there's not much to really talk about, but the fact that there's gonna be another tape dropping.
Most definitely.
You feel me?
Most definitely.
But other than that, bro, like, I feel like people got this perception of me like I'm just the street guy, you feel me? And I just want everybody to know that it's deeper than the streets. The streets don't mean nothing to me. I done had fun in the streets. I done did everything I had to do in the streets. So I'm thinking bigger now. I'm willing to work with anybody. I just have to like the song. And you know, we're gonna talk about payments and all that after. But yeah, man, I'm here. I feel like I gotta let the public know shit like that, you feel me?
Absolutely,
it's like,
no, absolutely.
people got this perception like, yo, this is this guy that can't be spoken to, like, you feel me? Like, bro, come kick it with me or something, bro, like, for real.
Nah, even just, I don't ever have any expectations when it comes to meeting anyone just because, you know, everybody's different, but even just from meeting you for initially in LA and even now that like, it's easy to tell how much of a figure you are around here, and even just how bigger your perspective is on everything.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate you to the fullest, bro. It's just,
most definitely.
It's deeper than us, bro. It's deeper than all of this shit, bro. Like, this shit's surrounded by people that care for us. You feel me? You got people depending on you for this shit right here. I got people depending on me for this shit right here. You feel me? So, you know, life's short. We gotta live it to the max. We gotta live it to the fullest. We gotta work hard and be consistent towards what we want, bro. We gonna get there, my nigga. You feel me?
Anything else you want to say? Add?
Glock Boy, the tape out now. Go get that on all music platforms, at Gnipsey, on all social media platforms. Only Gnipsey on all social media platforms. Get with me. We outside with it. It's 90 degrees, we in the port. Slide. You heard? Me and Rerouted Music, we outside.
Most definitely. Hell yeah, bro. Let's go meet some of the guys.
Yes, sir. My slat, my slime. What up, baby? We outside with it in the port, you heard? What up?
I'm about to finish it this year, though.
What up, gang? It's another artist right here, this T-Kev, you heard? Don't fuck around. Hefe, hold on. My bro got that shit on, hold on. You got the Louis V satchel, the Da Vinci shorts, the Dior sneakers, and the Cardis. That's Hefe, you heard? Slide with me over here. My nigga Hefe's fresh as shit today. Yeah, man, we outside in my neighborhood. It's hot as shit outside. I'm waiting for some bitches to slide, shake some ass for the gang, you know? Hey, yo, man, listen. Oh, man, yeah. I'm outside with the guys. It's my guy right here, you heard? Artist right here, Pablo.
Hey.
Pablo.
What's the word?
LBM Pablo right here, you heard? Hey, yo, Zo.
What's the word, God?
It's my nigga Pete. Don't let Pete slide, you heard? It's my nigga Dolly. Real Zo. Member from the hood. It's my boy right here. Gangway.
What's up, man, my nigga?
It's big homie right here. That's my nigga Nitty, big homie, you heard? My nigga Magic. Yo, Link. Say what's up. To the camera, dog.
K-Dad.
In the port. Tell these niggas where we
outside,
at, bro.
Man.
Hardest
coming up,
neighborhood.
you heard?
Hardest neighborhood in the city.
$1 million
If you ask
block,
me.
you heard?
Hardest neighborhood in the city, if you ask me.
$1 million block.
All the guys is outside. This is where we at, though. Every day with it, cooking out. Getting righteous. Thank you, my brother. Getting righteous, smoking za. Doing regular shit, 90 degrees outside, regular shit, gang shit. Rerouted music in the pool with me right now, matter of fact. You heard? He's outside with all of the hitters. All of the hitters is outside.